Hi and welcome to Raven and Rose. This is my Dr. Death look, another of my Halloween series videos. So as you can see, I am a plague doctor. Yes, very smart. And this little this is gross, so if you don't like eyes, don't look at this. I was washing my face afterwards and I lost a contact lens. I was looking everywhere for it, and it turned out it was in my eyeball. So I am lightening my skin again with the light foundation, and I'm just popping a powder over that. I'm not using a concealer because there's no need. Now I want my brows to be a bit bushy, and I've given myself a little bit of a unibrow going on there, and then fixing them in place with a brow tamer. So as you can see, I've already done one side. I'm doing the other side now, and I'm starting off with very warm browns and building it up to how I think a plague victim would look. Now I have researched a little bit, but they weren't generous enough to have cameras and leave me pictures at the time, so I've had to just kind of guess a little bit, like everybody does. So yeah, going around my nose as well and my mouth, using a blue to put that blue back under, sallowness black back under your eyes that I definitely get sometimes when I'm super tired, and then going in over that with a purpley colour. There we go, like it says, purple. I'm going around my mouth and nose with all these colours now to build them up. So I'm now going over with more of a grey colour around my eye, a bit more purple around my mouth, and then a grey to contour to make me look like I have hollow cheeks. Yep, waving to my family up the top of the garden. Also using that to contour my forehead, because I want to look like Black Death basically. So blending that in, but not being too bothered about it being super blended. A little more purple bruising around my lips, a bit under my eyes. Going in with a blush colour now to add a little bit of irritation and soreness. And then going in with my favourite. These little vein lines are so super cool, and they're so easy to do, and it makes a look, I think. It makes it look really cool. So I'm using my KRYOLAN bruise wheel, and I am just wiggling that little brush, and I'm trying to have clusters of little wiggles, as capillaries are all clustered all under your skin. And then going in with my lovely dark purple to make it look, I think it makes it look even more outraged, like my skin is outraged. I don't know, but I think it looks super cool. So a little bit of green from that same bruise wheel underneath my eye, and adding a little bit of veinage with that colour too around my nose area and my under eye area, and from my lips. So now I break out the latex, which is why I've been wearing an apron the whole video, because I will get latex everywhere, and this is the first time I didn't get it on my clothing, which is a miracle. But yeah, first layer of latex anywhere I want any kind of pustule or cluster of pustules. Here I'm using a little bit of cotton wool to make a really big boil right there on the outside of my nose. So I'm placing the latex, and I'm going to need to use something to make them stand out. So I had these little half pearls that I use usually for very pretty looks, and stuck those into the latex while it was still damp. And I needed something a little bigger as well for bigger areas, so the only thing I could find, I know I've got the perfect little half gems that would have made it just perfect. But the only other thing I could find was googly eyes. Now I've seen this in another video, and I don't want you to think that I've copied, because I haven't. I was just right. I cannot find them. It's still driving me crazy. But then covering over those with latex again, I'm adding a few more scabby areas that I want. So listening to my book while drying them with my hairdryer, and then going over again. Want to make sure they're nice and stuck down and built up, so that they do look like nasty infectious boils. So I'm using these green paper flecks that I picked up. I don't know why I bought them, I just thought they'd look really cool. I think I used them on my neon look in spring. But it gives a really nice texture when you want like a flaky skin type look. So yeah, we daubed those on to the areas that would look coolest. And then I'm using my new toy, the zombie skin, and I'm just popping it where I would like popped blisters and rough dried skin. As you can see, leave it for a little while, rub it, and you get that like flaky thing, and use your nails to pull little blisters open. All the good stuff, make it look really cool. And I'm doing the same on the other side, and leaving it a little less time so that I can just have the blisters on this one. I do go ahead and put one on my forehead later, but I didn't decide to do it right now. So in with the UV blue contact lenses, which are not UV at all, which I was gutted to find out. Not for this look, obviously. So I'm stippling over purple on those areas where I've got the dried out skin and nasty goopiness that's going to come. And then I'm using my KRYOLAN bruise wheel to go over the boils and bumps and the flecks of neon. This was the little middle section of the bruise wheel that I used. I thought the colour was perfect for this look. It looks really weird holding a googly eye onto my face. So I'm now going in with the deep red from that same bruise wheel and just basing out my little popped goopy infectious nasty pustules, and going around the edge of some of my wound areas as well, so that I can smudge it out and make them look even more infected. I just look like The Exorcist vomited on me. The girl from The Exorcist. I just realised I look like I've got pea soup. So yeah, darkening the under eye and upper eye area with that same colour. Again, looking for some irritation. And then I'm using red from IMAGIC Flash Palette, and that's just to give a little more brightness before I add the goop. So basically, if anything spills out and doesn't sit well, that's there. So yeah, little black in the bottom of each blister, on top of each boil. Yeah, nearly forgot the neon eyebrow, but hey. So I was referencing a picture where his nose had rotted off and it was just a black hole, and I stupidly put it on thinking, oh, that looks cool. But when I did it, I thought, no, it doesn't really look cool. But right now I'm adding my scab blood, which is just so great because it's so sticky and slimy and it's great. And then I'm going for my clotted dark blood, which gives the sheen and it doesn't dribble unless you want it to. So I like it because it stays in place. So you could wear this as a Halloween look and not worry about transferring the blood onto anything, unless you know you're air kissing but actually kissing cheeks of your friends. But do you know what, looking like this, I don't think they're going to want to touch you. No. So in with the black shadow to darken up those eye sockets, and over my mouth too, and then on with a hairnet so that I can apply my wig. But before I do that, I realised that I really need some missing teeth. So GRIMAS tooth enamel, you're supposed to keep your teeth dry and then keep your mouth open while the actual product dries, but it's a good effect. So on with another cheapo wig, tied that back, and I'm just highlighting the edge of the blisters where the skin has lifted up on the tops there, and then I'm spraying the ass out of this wig with the dry shampoo to make it look like I've got a bit of filth to me. And then on with my Plague Doctor mask, which is from Lost Wax. I will insert a little video link here so that you can go and buy one if you would like it. And this was my son's Jedi outfit. I basically cut the bottom off to make a hood, and then used a big old winter hat and some heavy duty rubber gloves to finish the look. I think that's rather cool. And you can see just under the lenses that there is some goop there, and maybe some of his victims, or well, patients, saw that. What do you think about it when you see that your doctor's infected? That must be so freaking scary. So that's my finished look. But then, have you had a hard day? Yeah, you're feeling really tired? Lost some patience? Yeah. Did you kill any of them by being just a doofus? Yeah. Why don't you get your clothes off, have a shower, feel better? Yeah? Yeah, we'll do that. Come on. Everything off. No, don't worry. I'll sort it out. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a nice look to come home with, now that you've kissed and hugged the kids. Great. Yeah, it looks itchy. Yeah, really does. Really does. Nice. So I took the stupid I don't have a nose, it's fallen off thing off because it looked stupid. So I have now just wiped it off and it's starting to rot. I think that's a much better look. Let's rock it. Yeah, my daughter would be so ashamed of that. So I'm gonna do it again. This is what I did when my son got an A star in science, when they'd just given him an A and they reviewed it and he had an A star, and I was dancing around the kitchen. I was in my pajamas. Yes, I will have a cup of tea, thank you. Bye.